about your woman. Well, I swear that you could see mine. I'm just playing the bass line here. Yes, you can talk about your woman. Swear that you could see mine. I'm an F without a K though. Every time the girl starts to loving, you might say, she bring eyesight to the blind. Well, I remember one Friday morning, she was laying across the bed. Man, the next room was dying. He stopped down and held up his head. He said, Lord, ain't she pretty? The whole state knows she's fine. Every time the girl started to love her, she bring eyesight to the blind. Well, yeah. F9, F13, or this. Back to the other part. Every time the girl starts loving, she bring eyesight to the blind. How about it for Roberto? Okay. Hi, this is Johnny Bergen with another Chicago Blues guitar lesson. This time we're talking about Sonny Boy Williamson, number 2, Rice Miller. Again, by request, Eyesight to the Blind, and this other great gem that's from Trumpet Records with Joe Willie Wilkins on guitar. Cool, cool blues. Got my friend Roberto Hernandez from the Unstarving Musician podcast, and we've been playing down here in Querétaro, Mexico. It's been great. Here's the Querétaro t-shirt. Anyhow, he's going to join me on the cajon. So maybe it's the first time you ever heard Sonny Boy Williamson on a cajon, but why not, right? You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna get up in the morning. I'm gonna find me a cool, cool place to go. I'm gonna get up in the morning. I'm gonna find me a cool, cool place to go. This house done got rocking, and I can't stay here no more. Everybody tells me in your neighborhood that you just don't do, you just don't know nothing good. Get up in the morning, find me a place to go. One more time. Ah. Ah. Woo! How about it for Roberto on the cajon? All right, let's go ahead and start out with Born Blind. This is Robert Lockwood and Luther Tucker. Robert Lockwood's playing the bass notes, I think, because there's some real Tuckerisms, you know. Maybe I need a little less gain, huh? So, that kind of thing. These like little flurries here and there, and that's screaming out Luther Tucker to me, so I think he's playing the chords. That kind of thing. So let's talk about the bass line first. The note, you can find them here. It's an F, but it's a lot better to slide, and then you have to sort of slide and then later on jump. Once you're there, then you've got to jump. But see how this slide here from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret pushes it? More than... You could even do that if you want to, but mostly I hear this. sure to do all downstrokes with a nice choke on there, you know? And you hit the first one a little louder. Doom, da, doom, da, doom, da, like that. So, ba 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 ba. And that's Lockwood. That's the same thing he does in Got to Find My Baby. This is right out of your F chord, and it's not that hard. That's part 1. So that's 3rd fret, hammer on the G string, 1st to 2nd, 1st fret B string, 3rd fret, part 2. So whole deal. Da na 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 na. Well, you've been talking about your woman. Quick change. Swear that you could see mine. Yes, you've been talking about your woman on the forum. You might say, swear that you could see mine. Or you might just hear later on this song. And then you got to jump again, 3rd fret on the E string, 3rd finger. It's kind of like My Babe, right? So, pinky, 3rd finger, doesn't matter. 1st finger, open. In the last 2 bars, he just repeats that again, mostly. Sometimes he does something a little bit different, like John Chef's a lovin', she brings eyesight to the blind. He might do. Every once in a while, you hear something a little more bass player-ish, but usually you hear this. Now, when he starts telling his little stories or scenarios, you know, not the chorus, but the little verses like, I remember one Friday morning she was laying across her bed. Sometimes those things will stay on the 1 because it stays on the 1 until he's finished telling the story. But not every time. Man, the next week was down. You know. It's kind of a lot like, don't start me to talking, right? Right? There, but that works. So that's pretty much how the bass line goes. Now, about the what Luther Tucker is doing, I'm going to get a little more distorted for that on this amp I got here. Okay. Yeah. Your main chords, the tools he's using here, F6. Here's an F7, basically. You put your pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string. And over da 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 da. It really swings, right? Like horn parts, you know. And then that's the F9 with your 2nd finger over on the low E string. And then that's with the pinky out on the 10th fret. That's a B flat 9th. 3rd finger is barring 1st fret. Be really careful in these 9th chords not to accidentally cover up the D strings. It just turns it into mud. The D string's got to be 1 fret behind. In this case, it's open. You can use your 2nd finger or your thumb to play the low E string, and you can throw the low A string in there if you want to. The root is actually on the low A string, right? It's a B flat 9th. I declare she's fine. That's where he comes in with his, he always comes in with his little fills on the 1. So. Yeah, I messed that one up. And there's that. Great stuff. So let's say we're playing the whole thing. This time I'll do the Luther Tucker. Da na 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 na. And then while Locke was doing, he's like something real close to that. And it fits with this. Well, you can talk about your woman. I swear you should see mine. Well, you can talk about your woman. I swear you could see mine. Well, her daddy must have been a millionaire. I can tell by the way she walks. And then sometimes right before the 4, you'll hear this. Especially for the harp solo, right? Yes, and daddy must have been in there. I should tell by the way she walks. You can put some of the flutters in there. You just have to relax your arm and start. Have fun with that. So that's pretty much, the building blocks for this song. And you notice how Luther Tucker's way in the back and the bass line's louder. Somewhere I heard that the Chess brothers really didn't like Luther Tucker's style of playing, but they certainly tolerated it. But they tried to bury him, or maybe he was just playing quiet because he was the student and Robert Lockwood was the teacher. We'll never know that exactly, but anyhow, that'll get you started. And this was what they're playing is pretty much boilerplate, like they had it down to a science by that point. Now, if you go back to the trumpet, Sonny Boy stuff, that's one reason I find that so exciting. This is Joe Willie Wilkins I'm talking about now on Cool Cool Blues. It's way freer and more loose, and it hasn't quite been hammered down to formula in a way. Don't get me wrong, I love the formula that Robert Lockwood and Luther Tucker kind of display on the Sonny Boy and the Little Walter sides, but it's also fun to hear the sort of anarchy of the trumpet side. So I'm going to talk a bit about this. It's a lot like what Willie Johnson plays. Also, very little vibrato, lots of nice half-step ends. I'm in C now. The one thing I neglected to do when we played it live was to sort of end it with this big boom, the low on the low E string. He finishes his phrases like that. Or thumb, finger, no matter. So he uses these nice big chords. That's the 5. It's just this C7 shape. It's moved all the way up where your root is on the G note of the B string. And then your second finger, again, down on the E string. Then you can just play a ninth like same stuff. Here's a ninth with the low E string. Yeah, he did that. I don't know if that happened there exactly, but it works. So he just goes. And he manages to jam it in there in just the right amount of space. Yeah. So now sometimes it's hard to tell if he's picking this 11th fret or bending it. This would be a great song for a wound G string, even for an acoustic pickup, and really crank it and use that wound G string. Yeah, so you can get that. So if you played it real slow, it'd be like ba 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 ba. I messed that one up. So this would be the 5. On the 4, when you're walking down, he doesn't do that. He'll just start playing right out of this 4. And then you're on the 1. And he'll hit you with a chord, like a whole chord like this or like this. It's a lot like the intro to Pretty Baby by Willie Johnson, isn't it? Or Pat Harrow, where he goes. That's that Memphis school of rock and boogie guitar playing, huh? Anyway, have fun with this. It's pretty much bam, doom, bam. I like when it stays on the 1 while he's telling this little story. That's how people always ask about the quick change. When is it a quick change? When's it not? Well, when he's telling a little story like, I remember one Saturday morning, he was laying on the bed, da, da, da. You know, I mean, when it's, then it's probably staying on the 1, but not all the time, but often. And that's what happens in the first verse of Cool Cool Blues. He goes, right there out of your C chord. And he likes to walk into the 4 on the 3rd of the 4 chord, which is the 7th fret of the D string. Walk into 6, 7. Now he's already gone, man. He said, hey, I'm on the 4. He's gone now. So I know that's going pretty fast for Cool Cool Blues. I'm not doing it totally exactly, and sometimes he'll slip in some faster stuff. Usually it's da 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 da, but sometimes a da 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 da. That. So yeah, like. I love when he goes to the 4 and he does the bass line for a minute. Guess what? He only did that once, then he just played a chord. And then he went right back to lead. This house done got rocky, and I can't stay here no more. Sometimes a little Joe Willie Wilkins almost reminds me of Eddie C. Campbell. Eddie did that all the time too. So try backing off of the reverb, making it swing, get that, it's like a stomp kind of thing. So anyway, 2 very different approaches between the Lockwood Tucker team, where they've kind of got it all figured out, and they could do it in their sleep, and this wild Joe Willie Wilkins stuff. But I love them both. Have fun with these songs, and hey, if any of you guys have some memories of Joe Willie Wilkins, Sonny Boy Williamson #2, that's going way back a ways. I know that Joe Willie Wilkins died in the 80s, but drop me a line. Love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you thought about this, about the lesson. Tell your friends. Join me on Patreon. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks again to Roberto from The Unstarving Musician, and see you next time. I'm gonna get up in the morning, find me a cool, cool place to go. This house done got rocky, and you know I can't stay here no more. Everybody tells me in the neighborhood, you're a dirty little woman, and you don't mean me no good. I'm gonna get up in the morning, find me a cool, cool place to go. This house done got rocky, and I can't stay here no more. Let's hit it one more time. Okay, just for the heck of it, let's do, since I've got Roberto here, let's do a little bit of Eyesight to the Blind. This is an F, and it goes like this.